Hi, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about my interview that I had with Richard Jackson, who is the creator and director of the Winning Edge program, which is all about kind of how you think, how our mind works, things we tell ourselves, stuff like that. So he's really amazing. Um, he's an absolute expert, and he's like one of the first in the UK to create a program like this. So I basically had a conversation with him on the phone, and asked him lots of different things, and he was really helpful. So I'm lucky to have him as kind of like a family friend, really. And yeah, so I got some great information that's really going to benefit the project, benefit me. So some of the things that he told me was some of the statistical stuff. So 95% of our thinking is subconscious, which means that most of the time we're not even really aware of what our minds are doing. Social media has proven to be addictive as it gives us a dopamine hit. It's easy to get hooked, but it can be very difficult to break the habit. Our thinking and emotions directly affect our behaviour. Repeated behaviour builds habits, and our habits create our life outcomes. So these are all the things I put in my book, as like knowledge to pass on to other women, because I think statistics like this really kind of change the way you think. And as soon as you're aware that your mind is kind of separate to your body, it creates like a level of freedom, and kind of helps you gain control again. So this has been really helpful for me. It's actually helped me overcome quite a lot of procrastination, because I suffer, well, I don't know if suffer's the right word, but I'm really bad for procrastinating, and I'll sit there doing nothing, and I know I'm not doing nothing, and I'm just too scared to do my work. But actually kind of reading that it might just be a habit actually is like, oh, okay, I'm not a procrastinator, this is just a bad habit. And then suddenly it took a lot of the stress and weight off my shoulders, because I was labeling myself as this and that, and actually that's not always true. It's just what we've told ourselves in our head, and it's actually not real. It's not a statistical fact that I'm a procrastinator. Like, I've chosen to procrastinate. I have the option to do my work, and I also have the option to not do it and waste my time, and I picked to not do it. And I think as soon as I actually realised it's a decision I'm maybe subconsciously making, I became a lot more self-aware, and was like, as soon as that kind of happened, I was like, I mean, it's not obviously completely fixed. I still procrastinate and feel a bit like anxious to do work, but it doesn't feel like it's overruling me. Like, I'm aware I can own it and take control of it a lot more. I also think that it's on a more personal level. It's helped like with my comfort eating, because I'm really bad for comfort eating, and I do it when I'm stressed and like upset, and I don't really know why I do it, but I just do, and I feel myself when I'm doing it, and I'm aware I'm doing it. And obviously it's not good, because it makes you gain weight, which then turns into a bit of a vicious cycle. But I've kind of been more self-aware and noticed when my brain is telling me, kind of like when you need a cigarette, your brain goes, oh, like cigarette time. And like my brain kind of goes like, oh, I'll go get a snack. So, and then when I realised that, I'm like, I address it, and I'm like, do I actually really want one? Like, is it just because I'm stressed and I'm trying to find something else to do instead of doing what needs to be done? So it's things like that. So that's really helped me, and I think that's going to help me a lot in the future with other things, because I think I'm quite an addictive person. Once I like something, I like can't stop with it. So I think that that's like really good to take with me and move forward. And that's just one little section of what he's told me. Like, he told me so much more. People are slaves to their minds. The mind is an amazing tool. We should be the master of it, not the slave. So powerful. Confirmation bias is when our mind goes looking for things to prove us right. So like, I'll try and go and find out a reason why I'm a procrastinator, and then I'm like, oh, okay, it's proven done, but it's not true. So yeah, so I'm overcoming a lot of stuff like that, and it just makes me think a lot more about my actions. Yeah, so dwelling and overthinking as well, something I'm guilty of, and I've realised that just doesn't help anything at all. And I feel like I'm less likely to do that now. Obviously, it's not a flip switch, it's not just going to go, but I've been a lot more on the ball. Like, I wake up early and I just start doing my work straight away. Or at night I can't sleep because I'm like, I just want to do my work, so I just start doing it. And that's something that never happened. So I feel like there's little shifts happening because I'm accepting the reality, which is like setting me free a little bit. So with my book and stuff as well, I think it's helped me with this because I was writing and I was trying to sound like something else. I was trying to sound like professional and trying to sound like scientific. I don't know, but along that kind of line, and it's just not who I am. Like, I'm sorry, it's not. Let's be honest. I'm more emotional and I'm more like open and conversational. And my tutor said to me, and with what Richard said to me, is as soon as just be yourself, like talk like you, like that's what's powerful. Like, my voice is powerful because no one else has my voice. Like, I'm amazing in my way, like, and I get through to people in my way. Like, why am I trying to talk like someone else? So as soon as like that switched, I felt a lot more confident to actually just talk like myself. And then my book really started to actually come together, like at the end adding top tips, and like I changed lots of the language throughout it to stop it sounding really boring, which it did. It sounded really boring. So now it sounds more like alive. It sounds alive, like someone's talking. It sounds like I'm talking now I read it, and not like, I don't know, BBC bite size. So yeah, I feel a lot happier with that. So it's definitely kind of helped me overcome weird insecurities that I have, basically, that are all underlying, as they all are, and it's just exhausting trying to battle through them. But with like the winning edge, like a major thing is like, it's so easy to fail than it is to put yourself through the stress of like battling your like insecurities and disbeliefs to be like successful. So I feel like I've been constantly battling through stuff, even though it's not massive, it's still a lot for me. So yeah, I definitely am not going to procrastinate as more, or even if I do procrastinate, I'll be aware of it and I'll be able to address it and ask myself, why is this happening, what am I scared of? Actually, the task in front of me isn't impossible. So yeah, rambling a bit, but no, he's really inspired me, and I'm really, really happy that this can go at the end of my book, because it gives people proof, like raw proof, that it is possible, and it gives them something to refer back to and reflect on when they feel themselves doing these things, because I'm most definitely not the only person out there that procrastinates like this and isn't good with time and worries unnecessarily. So yeah, amazing stuff.